So coming down onto your mats, and I'll stay seated for a moment just in case anyone joins us a little bit later. But let's give the knees a little squeeze as we usually do at the end of a week. A nice stretch out for the back. You might want to have a little bit of movement, a circling of the knees, or maybe just rocking from side to side. Whatever feels nice there. Ah, feels better already, doesn't it? And then let's just bring the feet down to the floor when you're ready. And extend the legs. And just have the arms resting down alongside the body. Palms up or down, choice is yours. So legs outstretched and the arms just down alongside you, palms up or down. And I was listening to a lovely podcast this week, the wonderful How to Fail podcast with the journalist Elizabeth Day has got a new series. And I was listening to the latest episode with the counsellor, Julia Samuel. Welcome, welcome those of you who just joined a little later. We're just lying down with the legs outstretched and the arms alongside us. So Julia Samuel, who is an expert in grief counselling, really erudite, empathetic, interesting woman. And she's got a new book out at the moment, and it's called, very relevant for these times, This Too Shall Pass. And something she said during the interview really struck a chord, really stuck with me. And she described busyness as the anaesthetic many of us use to avoid sitting with ourselves and feeling what needs to be felt. And I thought that was very true, actually, and maybe some of you can kind of resonate with that. And that's maybe why perhaps some more than others are struggling during this period of lockdown, because we haven't got necessarily all of that busyness to fill our lives. The diary is maybe far emptier than it once was. But maybe those of us practicing yoga know that that's what we practice in yoga. We learn during our regular practice how to stop, how to be still, how to sit with those feelings, those sensations, however uncomfortable they may be. So as we lie there with the legs extended and the back of the hands on the floor, the palms turning up, just roll your toes, your feet in, so your big toes touch. You feel a slight inward rotation through the thighs, so your big toes are touching. And just turn your palms down towards the floor and roll your head to the right. So if you need to adjust your feet so your big toes can kind of touch together or thereabouts, lovely. And then allow your toes to roll open apart, so your toes roll out like a little penguin. Turn the palms up and roll your head to the left. So this is a little opening breath sequence. As you inhale, big toes touch, palms roll down and roll head to right. And as you exhale, allow your toes to roll apart, your palms to open to the ceiling and roll your head to the left. So just rolling with the breath now. So it's almost a closed position as you inhale, palms down, toes touch, head to right. Exhaling really slowly, we open up, palms up, hips open as toes roll apart. Let's just do a few more like that, really slowing the breath down. A bit of mobilization in the shoulders, really gently into shoulders, into hips. Let's do one more. Inhale, rolling head to the right as the palms come down and the big toes touch. And one more exhale, turning head to left as you open up. And then just leaving the arms and the legs as they are, bring your head back to center. And if that's really uncomfortable with the legs outstretched, keep the palms up towards the ceiling, but just bring your heels towards your bottom. Knees point towards the ceiling, and then you can always knock your knees to touch. Closing the eyes. Welcome, welcome those of you who've just joined us. Just lying quietly outstretched, legs out long, palms up towards the ceiling and the eyes closed. And just acknowledging that you might not be able to feel complete comfort or rest in this position. And that's okay, because we're all bringing the week, our lives, whatever it is, we're bringing that into the room and onto the mat with us. And we're just becoming more comfortable, resting with whatever we've brought. Acknowledging whatever we're feeling, be that physical sensations, maybe some discomfort, physical or mental or emotional, whatever it is. And just take a moment to acknowledge just how you're feeling right here, right now, without judging. And then as you begin to focus on the breath, as you breathe out, bringing your awareness away from that sensation and to your breath. That sensation, that feeling doesn't necessarily go away, but it doesn't become the sole purpose, the sole focus of the mind. Noticing how the breath is rising and falling. Just notice the support of your mat, the floor beneath you. Softening your face, relaxing your jaw. With each exhale, just breathing the week away. Allow your shoulders, your chest to soften as though you've just taken a lovely sighing breath out. You can even do that. You can even sigh the breath out and just feel everything soften as you just breathe away the week. See if you can just release any gripping or holding around your hips, the lower body, your back. And take a really nice deep breath in through your nose. And softly sigh the breath out through the mouth again, as though you're releasing, just breathing away the week, letting it go. So another nice deep breath like that. So breathing in through the nose. There's no one to hear you, so a soft sigh of the breath out through the mouth. If your legs are bent, just extend them once more, and this time we'll just bring the legs a little closer together, maybe hip width or even closer. And just reach the arms all the way back above the head. Remembering you can take them into a wide V shape if that's more comfortable on shoulders. Settling the back of the hands towards the floor. And point the toes and begin to lengthen through the body as you reach back through the fingertips, elongating the whole body in a gentle opening stretch. Take a nice inhale as you reach out long through the feet and through the fingertips. And then as you exhale, just soften the stretch so the arms and legs stay where they are, but we just, again, just sigh and relax. So inhale, point the toes, reach back through the fingertips, a little bit of energy through the body. And then as you exhale, we soften into that posture. So arms and legs stay where they are. We just feel that sense of softening. One more with the toes pointing away from you, the fingertips reaching back behind you as you inhale. And then soften that stretch as you exhale. Keeping the arms and legs where they are. This time we'll interlace the hands. And just flip the palms. So you're pushing your palms away from you, back behind the head, and begin to flex your feet now. So pull your toes towards your face. Just notice those different sensations of stretch there. Same thing for 3 times. So as you inhale, this time the heels push away and the palms lengthen back behind you as you inhale. And then as you exhale again, same thing, we just soften into that space that we've opened our body into. So twice more, inhale, push the heels, reach back through the palms. And then release as you exhale. So almost inviting that sense of tension into the body as you inhale, but then allow it to release, relax, let go of that as you exhale. So this time we'll keep the hands interlaced, but just draw your right knee in towards your chest now. Just flipping the hands over so you can hold just around the top of the knee. Bringing the knee down. Next, I'm going to pick my head up and just rearrange my head so my chin is just dropping down towards my chest. So slightly shoulders nice and heavy. Space between my shoulder and my ears. I draw that knee in, just getting that nice lateral stretch. Try and stretch that left heel away from you a little bit more energetically so we feel again that lovely lateral stretch through the low back. And then let's try and bring that right knee a little more out to the right without the toes of that left foot changing position. So still anchoring ourselves down, just a little bit of openness through the hip, really gently into the body at the end of this week. Lovely. And then slowly, slowly, let's bring that knee back to center. Elongate that right leg, take the arms back above the head. Lovely, let's take a nice inhale as you stretch. And this time as you exhale, let's just gather that left knee in towards the chest, flipping the palms, so just cupping the hands around the back of the knee there, or the front of the knee, whatever feels most comfortable. Again, I'm just going to pick up my head so I can just make sure my chin is dropping down towards my chest as I draw that knee in. And again, just make sure that that right heel is just anchoring you in place, stretching away from your toes up towards the ceiling. And try and keep that right foot as it is as you just bring that left knee down to the left now. A little bit of opening in the hip. Just breathing. I notice the side feels a little tighter today. Lovely. And bring that knee back to your chest. Extend the leg. Extend both arms again, flip the palms away from you. Take a nice inhale into that full body stretch last time. And this time as you exhale, hug both knees in. Again, I'm just going to hold just around the front of the legs. I can keep my hands interlaced, but if that's uncomfortable, just separate your hands there. So you're just holding one hand on each knee. And then just start to rock, very gently side to side. Seeing if you can coordinate that with your breath, inhaling as you rock one way, exhaling the other. Maybe the head starts to roll in the opposite direction to your knees. This might be quite stretch enough for the back, but if you want a deeper stretch, next time you come back to center, come to stillness. I'm going to lift my head up to do this and see if I can bring my hands, so I'm clasping more towards my elbows, I'm clasping my forearms, so I'm coming into a much tighter squeeze. And then proceed with that little rocking. Now that's not going to be for everyone. Arm length might prevent that, it might be the back, so be really sensitive to what's going on in the back body as you take those little rocks. Ooh, just rocking the week away. The next time you come back to center, let's pause and just bring your nose up towards your knees. So coming into a tight, tight little ball. So we're getting a lovely stretch through the whole back seam of the body. Chin to chest, forehead towards knees. And then lower the head down and bring your feet to the floor. Hip width apart with the feet and the knees now. Let's relax the arms down alongside you, palms down. This time just the arms moving as you inhale, reach the arms all the way back behind the head. And as you exhale and lower the arms, have a little twirl through the wrists, like little flamenco wrists, twirling the wrists as you bring the hands back down to the earth alongside you. Twice more, so inhale, we stretch the fingers nice and wide. So let's give the hands and the wrists a nice stretch out here. And then as you exhale, you might twirl them the opposite way, a little twirl through the wrist. Flamenco hands. Last time, inhaling, reaching back. And exhaling, little circle of the wrist. That looks very dramatic, very balletic. Let's add the hips now. Now, if it's too much lifting the hips into a bridge along with your arms, you can keep the arms down on the floor. Or this time we'll inhale, just the arms lifting above the head as you inhale. And as you exhale and lower the hands, push the hips up Rooting down through the base of the big toes, so you're coming into a gentle bridge. And then inhaling, drop the hips, reach the arms back. Lengthen through the sides of the body, and then exhale, we push the hips up as the arms come down. Lovely. Let's do that a few more times. So as you come into that bridge, think about elongating the front and the back of the body. So it doesn't matter how high the hips come up, you're just getting that lovely long kind of diagonal plane through the front and the back of the body. The knees staying parallel. That feels so nice. Let's make this one more time, all the way up. And then as you lower your hips and take the arms all the way back behind you, let's pause there. Oh, she goes. Reach the arms all the way back behind you, not what you want when you're in the middle of a yoga class, is it? Or in Waitrose wearing a mask, as I found out. That's not good with an itchy nose. Oh, reach the arms all the way back. Get a lovely stretch through the side body. And then just bring the arms all the way back down alongside you. Let's find a little bit of space in the legs now. So let's bring the right knee towards the chest, but this time holding on around the back of the leg, interlacing the hands. Hands quite low to the bottom. And we'll take that leg slowly up towards the ceiling. The knee might be quite soft to start with. And have a little circle through the foot. Again, just make sure that your chin is dropping down towards your chest. So again, I'm just going to pick up my head to rearrange myself there, and then circle your foot the opposite way. Lovely. And then just let the foot just relax there. And imagine these next moves are emanating, they're beginning right at the top of your thigh bone, in your hip socket, not your foot. So we're going to turn that right leg out to the side. So imagine you want to turn your toes out, so you're externally rotating that leg. But get the movement right from the head of that thigh bone, not the foot twisting. And then come back to center. And then we turn the leg inwards. Again, might not be a big move, but really feel that movement right at the top of the leg. So inhaling, toes turn out. And exhaling, toes rotate in. Whole leg moving there. So just continuing, just to move with the breath. I like to soften my knee a little bit there. And I don't get much movement at all. I can move my foot more, but if I'm bringing that movement really into the top of the leg, it's not moving very much at all. Really good just to lubricate that hip socket. The next time you've got the toes turned out, we'll pause. And then just bring your right ankle over your left thigh. The right ankle hooks over left thigh, flexing that right foot and gently push the right knee away from you. So we're coming into that little version of reclined pigeon, but keeping the left foot on the floor. And now let's bring the arms out just to the side. You can have them shoulder height, you can have them a little lower if you wish. And as you drop the knees over to the right, let's take a little turn of the head to the left, coming into a deeper twist now. And again, if that's uncomfortable with your foot on your thigh, just bring your feet down to the floor, hip width apart. Try and relax that right knee. And feel that movement coming right up the spine as you breathe into that left side of the body. You can keep the arms out, level with the shoulders, or you can cactus the arms. So you bend the elbows and flip at the back of the hands to the floor. So your fingertips are pointing away from you, arms up towards the ceiling. Like the tines of a fork there. Lovely. Really opening up through the chest. And then let's roll the head back to center as you bring the legs back to center. And this time we're going to come over to the left. So the foot, that right foot, is leading the way. And when you get there, have a little play whether you want to turn that right knee down towards the floor. So you're almost getting that nice movement in the hip. Or point the knee up towards the ceiling. You can even have a little roll between the two. And again, you maybe feel that right in the top of the hip joint, just as we felt before, maybe feeling this a little bit more deeply. Lovely. So wherever you are, either resting in stillness or gently butterflying that top knee. Let's just stay there just for a breath or two longer. And then slowly, slowly, let's come all the way back through center. You can stay there, just pushing that right knee away from you, or threading the hands between the legs. You interlace them around the back of that left thigh this time, bringing the right shin closer towards you, head comes onto the floor, flexing that right foot. And you can opt just to relax that left heel down towards your bottom, or lift that left shin so it's parallel to the floor, left knee and ankle are on a level plane there, and flex both feet as though you were pushing the feet against a wall. And you might feel that you've just fired up a little bit of energy in that left leg and left foot. If that's too much, just drop that left heel towards your bottom. Draw that right shin in, a little tighter, check in with face, make sure you're not clenching. And then slowly let's bend that left knee. If you had the shin parallel to floor, bring the foot to the floor and uncross, bringing both feet to the floor, hip width apart. Arms rest down alongside you. Inhale, reach the arms back. And as you exhale, push the hips up as you lower the arms. We find a little bit of symmetry with our bridge before we try the other side. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. So this next time we lower the hips, reach the arms back, pause just for a moment, enjoying that nice stretch and elongation through the sides of the body. And then it's the left knee we bring in this time, interlacing the hands around the back of the leg. Slowly extend the leg. A little bit of movement in the ankle. There might be a little bit of clicking and crunching there as you circle the foot a few times each way. And then we just soften the foot and we come again to that little internal, external rotation again, really trying to bring that movement, the start of that movement initiating in the top of the leg. So we'll turn the toes out to the side, whole leg rotating outwards. And then we turn the leg inwards, and this side really doesn't move very much at all. So inhaling, we turn toes out, really outwardly rotating the leg, and then exhale. So again, the foot is going to move a little bit, but it's only moving insofar as that leg, that whole leg is moving. So this side must be very stiff on me. It's not moving very much at all. Oh, let's practice left side. Let's keep the toes turned out. And we'll bend that left knee and hook left ankle over right thigh. And just gently open the knee, pushing it away. And then again, the option with the arms, out level with the shoulders, or that little cactus, or even in a wide V, whatever works for you. And we'll bring the legs over to the left, first of all. So the weight of that top leg, drawing the right knee down. Maybe picking up the head to look over right shoulder. We're getting that nice stretch of space into the right side of the body this time. If you've got a little cactus in the arms, you might want to have a play here. So we start off with a cactus, then we come to a little scarecrow. So hinging at the elbow, you just bring your palms down towards the floor. So your fingertips are pointing towards the end of your mat. So you come into that little scarecrow. So you hinge at the elbow, back of hands touch the floor, fingertips point above the head, and then we scarecrow the arms coming down. Let's come back into that little cactus as you draw the legs to center, and then coming over to the right, so this time sole of left foot leading the way. And again, we can have that little play, that little oscillation like a butterfly wing, pointing and stretching that left knee away from you, and then drawing the left knee down towards the floor. So it's a very small movement again, just like we felt when we had the leg extended, only maybe this time you can feel it a little bit more deeply if you're moving that leg like a butterfly wing. Lovely. And then very slowly we'll come all the way back through center. Option to stay there, pushing the left knee away from you, or threading the needle as you bring the hands around the back of right thigh, lowering your head. You might just choose to relax that right heel, lower leg really floppy, or a little bit stronger. We bring the shin parallel to the floor, so your right ankle and knee are level, flexing both feet this time. So again, it just helps activate that right leg a little bit. Really good for ankle strength as well. Strengthens up through the feet and the ankles. Lovely. And then just relaxing that right shin down. So you can bring your right foot to the floor and then the left foot. Let's bring both knees in towards the chest, one hand on each knee. And just start to circle the knees here. So choosing whichever direction feels nice, just have a little circle. Now, any back issues, you might want to keep the hands on the knees here, just really guiding the knees round in a nice small circle. If the back feels okay, really nice version I discovered the other day is just to bring the arms down alongside you, palms up or down, and resume that circle. But you can take the knees all further away from you and over to the side, so you get a much bigger range of movement. Now I'm kind of adding a little arch of my back, so again, if that feels uncomfortable, keep the hands on the knees, you've got far more control. Whatever we're doing, let's just take that round the opposite way. So you've got to use a little bit more core strength if you're doing it freestyle like I am. Lovely. Let's do one more nice big circle. That's a really nice one with the arms down. If you've got the back health and core strength to increase the range of that movement. Pause with the knees to your chest. Let's hook the ankles, hold behind the knees, and either roll your way up to seated, or if that's not for you, just roll to one side and come and join me. So I'm going to sit cross-legged. Choice is to just come into a nice long frog with soles of feet together if that's preferable. Lovely. So wherever we are, just sitting up nice and tall and just bringing the hands to rest down in your lap. One palm on top of the other, soften the shoulders, allow the chin just to drop down towards your chest. It's called Dhyana Mudra. Just allow once more the breath to settle, draw the mind back to the practice if you feel it's wandered. And then slowly, slowly we'll bring the arms, hands up towards the face, and then broaden the arms into a nice wide V, lifting chin away from chest, maybe adding a little arch of the back as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands all the way back down, one on top of the other, resting in the lap, chin drops down to chest. So inhaling, reaching the arms all the way out and up, really nice wide V, lifting chin, little arch to the back if that feels comfortable, and exhaling. Coming back to that little mudra, one hand resting on top of the other. Last time, all the way up. And this time as you exhale, we've got lots of options. Let's all just bring the hands down to the floor in front of us. So this is option one. Hands to the floor in front of you. And you'll be raising one arm and then the other. Option two, if you're a little bit more flexible in the back and it feels comfortable, is to come down onto your forearms, opposite hands, cup your knees. So hands on the floor or forearms on the floor. So let's take the right arm up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale as you reach up. Remember the hands might be on the floor in front of you. And as you exhale, bring the hand down or feed that arm through back onto the opposite knee. Inhaling, left arm lift. So we're adding a little turn. Exhale, feed the arm through. Let's do one more each way. So a little twist, reaching up as you inhale. Arm feeds through as you exhale. Last time with that left arm, so remember you can do all of this with hands on the floor. Beautiful. And then coming up to seated, but keeping one hand crossed over the body, holding opposite knee. So you might be holding your thighs as opposed to your knees. That's absolutely fine. It's going to come to a deeper twist now. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, take a twist to the right. Right hand comes behind you, left hand on right knee. Inhale back to center. Arms cross, hands to knees. Exhaling, we twist to the left. So the left hand comes behind you. Right hand on left knee. We just work with the breath. Inhale back to center. We cross the forearms or the wrists. Exhale, take that little twist to the right. Inhale through center. Lovely. And over to the left. Let's inhale and come back to center. We're going to take that twist to the right and we'll pause there. So right hand comes behind you. Fingertips quite close to the bottom. Using that left hand just to draw the body round, maybe looking over that back shoulder. Lovely. And then if it feels comfortable, bring the gaze slowly back to center And then look over left shoulder. So body stays as it is, but we're just stretching all of those muscles that run down the side of your neck there. Lovely. Bring the head back to center. Cross the arms in front of you. Lovely. Take an inhale. Exhale, we'll take that twist to the left. So the left hand comes behind you, fingertips close to your bottom. So we're just pressing the fingertips down, so you're lifting your spine up. Lovely. And then if you're comfortable, we bring the gaze back through center, and then we look over opposite shoulder, look over right shoulder. Lovely. Bring the head back to center. Bring both hands behind you this time, fingertips to floor. Lift up through the chest, lifting chin, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then soften the stretch, give the legs a little stretch, noticing which way you had them crossed. And then recross them the opposite way this time. I've got to think about that one. Lovely. Back into that little Hyana Mudra, the hands resting one on top of the other. Inhaling, reaching the arms up nice and wide. This time as you exhale, we'll come to a side stretch over to the right. Lovely. Inhale through center. Exhaling over to the left. Lovely. Inhale. This time we'll come over to the right and pause, taking the gaze down towards the mat. That lovely elongation through the left side of the body. And then just bring your fingertips to that left shoulder. And just circle the elbow there. So we're oiling the shoulder joint. So we've got the gaze down towards the floor, so the neck is getting a nice stretch and release as you circle that shoulder. Lovely. And then reaching all the way up with both arms as you inhale. Let's take that over to the other side. So looking towards that left hand as you reach the right arm overhead. And then bring fingertips to right shoulder. And give that elbow a nice circle. It might be big, it might be quite small, whatever feels comfortable for your shoulders. Ooh, stretching out through the sides of the neck. Beautiful. And then release. Bring the hands down just alongside you so you can give the legs a nice stretch out. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together now. So the heels might be close towards you, you might have them further away, that's absolutely fine. And just start to rock from side to side. So you might be pressing your knees and your elbows together. Get a little rock. Beautiful. And then just bring the body to stillness. If you can sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale there. And as you exhale, bow the body forwards. Again, the elbows might gently be pressing the knees out. Think about leading with your chest and your chin, rather than the top of your head. You can stay there and gently enjoy that hip opener, or reach both arms out in front of you. You might be able to walk them a little further away from your feet, and then allow your chin to drop very gently down towards your chest. Take care that the knees haven't popped up towards the ceiling. So we're gently keeping the knees dropping down towards the mat. Beautiful. And then slowly, slowly roll your way back up to seated. We're going to keep that right shin in front of you and just tuck your left shin back behind you. So you made a little zigzag with the legs. Right shin in front, left shin behind. It's going to turn your body over that right thigh. Fingertips just down to the floor. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, allow the body to stretch forwards over that right thigh, stretching the stomach. And then as you inhale, we lift the chest. And exhale, we stretch the body down over that right thigh, kind of grounding your forehead towards the floor. Once more, inhale. And this time, as you exhale, you might be able to come down onto your forearms. And some of you might be able to stretch the arms out and allow the body to yield completely over that right thigh. Some of us might have the hands quite close towards you, so the body might be quite high. So really just, again, going wherever feels comfortable. And just check that that left shoulder hasn't rolled up. So see if you can level off across your upper back by gently drawing that left shoulder down if you feel you've opened that armpit up. It's kind of a gentle version of the pigeon pose. And slowly, slowly walking the hands back towards you so we lift the chest. Just bring the hands behind you so you can switch legs. So this time left shin in front, right shin tucks in just behind you. So we angle the body over that left thigh, fingertips just to the floor. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you've got to adjust the hands a little bit as you stretch the body down. Don't worry if that right buttock lifts. Inhale, we lift up. And exhale, we get this feeling of really elongating the body down over that left thigh, earthing your brow. And then last time, inhale. So we're going to pause and hold this next one. So again, you might be able to drop down onto your forearms. Some of you might stretch the arms out completely. And again, think about what's happening to that right shoulder, that right armpit. So you're trying to get a sense of evenness across the upper back as you lengthen the belly over that thigh. Let's just take a couple of easy breaths there. Slowly, slowly walk the hands back, lifting the chest. Let's just lean back into the hands and come again to that symmetrical cobbler's pose, soles of the feet together, hands resting on your shins or your ankles. Take an inhale. And exhale, take that little forward fold, knees gently being eased out by elbows. Or again, elongate the arms out in front of you, fingertips to floor, bow down, stretching out through the back, the side of the body. And slowly, slowly rebuild the spine as you sit up. We'll extend the left leg straight in front of you and bring your right heel in towards your groin. Lovely. So take a little turn of the body towards that right thigh. So you're just turning yourself around towards that right thigh. Lovely. And then reaching up with the left arm, take an inhale. And as you exhale, reach that left arm towards left foot or shin or thigh, wherever it holds. And then let's wrap the other arm behind you and just take a little twist there. So we're turning the body towards the right. Right hand just wrapped around the low back. Lovely. And then take the gaze down as you reach now the right arm up as you inhale. And as you exhale, try and reach the arm over the top towards the foot. Lovely. This time as you inhale, let's cactus the arm. So draw the elbow back, maybe roll the gaze up so you're lifting the chin and getting a stretch. And as you exhale, look down and reach that right arm towards the left foot. Lovely. So as you inhale, maybe look up as you cactus that arm, draw the elbow back. Exhale, we look down. If it's too much on the neck, you just keep the gaze down. Let's do just one more. So inhale, elbow draws back, elongating through the side of the neck. Just pause there in that nice side stretch. So if it's uncomfortable with that right arm overhead, you can always wrap it around the low back. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly release. Coming up to seated. This time, just turning the chest so you're more or less facing that extended leg. This time, right arm lifts, getting my lefts and rights confused. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to reach to the outside of the left leg. You might be able to take hold around the outside of your foot. You might have the back of the hand around the shin or the thigh. Lovely. And this time the left hand wraps around the low back. So we take a little twist to the left this time. And then looking forwards, see if you can reach that left arm forwards maybe crossing at the wrists, taking hold around the foot or your shin, or even your thigh, depending on how your back feels. If you're holding on around the foot, the elbows are nice and wide, and you're gently allowing the body to yield forward. So try and avoid any sense of unnecessary force there. Yielding the body down. And slowly, slowly releasing as you roll your way up to seated. Extend both legs, give them a little shake. And again, we'll come to a pose of symmetry. So we'll widen the legs this time. And I'd like to kind of push down with my hands, lift my bottom, and then shift my hips back before I lower my hips. So I've tilted my pelvis forwards effectively. So I'm not rounding the back. I'm trying to sit up nice and tall. You can always alternatively pop a cushion or a blanket underneath your legs. Knees might be generously bent. Heels push away from you. Hands just rest on top of your thighs, or your knees or your shins. Lovely. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you slide the hands down your legs and take a little forward fold. Don't worry about kissing the earth. I've not hoovered, I'm not doing that. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, all the way down. So you just slide the hands down wherever they go. Lovely. One more inhale. Ooh. This time we'll just pause and hold this next one. So pushing the heels away from you. Lovely. Some of you might be able to bring your nose down towards the floor. Really there. Like I say, I've not hoovered. I don't fancy bringing my nose towards this carpet at the moment. That's tomorrow's job. Got to ration these household tasks, eh? You don't want to burn yourself out. Slowly, slowly. All the way up. Just bring your hands to the outside of your knees so you can slide the legs back out in front of you, giving them a little bit of a shake. So this time it's left heel comes into groin. So we're going to do that all on the other side. Lovely. So you're going to angle the chest towards that bent leg, towards the left. So it's the right arm that lifts. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we bring that hand down. You might catch your foot. You might just have the hand resting on the leg. I like to hook my first two fingers around my big toe if you can kind of get there. Lovely. And then other hand, we wrap around the low back and we take that little opening of your chest towards the left. So I'm looking towards the left, but you can always look down if that's more comfortable. And then releasing that left arm, inhale, reach it up. And as you exhale, reach it over the top, upper arm alongside the ear. So I'm going to look down. And then as the next inhale, I'm going to bend the elbow, cactus that top arm and look up. So draw the elbow back as I turn the gaze up. And then as I exhale, stretch the arm overhead as you turn the gaze down. So inhale, cactus the arm. I'm going to look up. Remember that the head move might be a little bit too much for the neck, in which case keep the gaze down. We'll do one more. Oh, that's really nice to stretch out the neck. Drawing the elbow back. And then we'll pause in that side stretch. So reaching the arm overhead. You can take the gaze up towards the ceiling by all means, but again, I'm just going to keep the gaze down. It's a bit more grounding. Lovely. And slowly, slowly, let's come up to seated. Angle the body round now. So I'm just going to draw myself round so I'm squaring up towards that extended leg. So this time it's the left arm we raise. I'm reaching forwards, just bringing the back of the hand to the outside of the shin or the thigh, or taking hold around the outside edge of the foot. Other hand wraps around the low back. So this time it's a little bit more deep, that twist, as we twist towards the right. If that's not comfortable, then just keep your hand on the floor and the body more or less square to that extended leg. Lovely. And then we'll look towards that right foot and see if you can cross the arms. You might be crossing at the wrists, you might take hold of the inner and outer edge of the foot, or you might just have the hands higher up the leg, it really doesn't matter. If you've got hold around the foot, remember the elbows bend nice and wide. Ease the body down really, really gently. Slowly does it. Allow yourself a moment to breathe. Avoid the temptation to fidget, to bounce. Again, it's that kind of skill of sitting with the discomfort, not pain, maybe a little discomfort as you feel that stretch develop. Slowly, slowly we'll release, sliding ourselves all the way back up, stretching out both legs, give them a little bit of a shake. Again, a little bend in the knees, reaching the arms all the way up, take an inhale. And as you exhale, take that soft fold forwards over both legs this time. Legs parallel, landing the hands, softening yourself down. And again, that sense of stretching the belly over the thighs. And then like a little wave, as you inhale, we'll just lift the chest up a little bit, maybe lift the gaze forwards. And as you exhale, allow the body to sink forwards and down over the legs. Twice more, that little wave of breath. So we lift the chest, maybe lift the gaze as you inhale, looking forwards. And then exhale, looking down as you stretch forwards and down. Once more. Just take a couple of breaths there. Maybe you found a little bit more stretch and depth in that. Forward fold. Or you tuck the chin in towards your chest and roll yourself back up to seated. Shoulders above hips. And then just slide your right heel in. And keep a little bit of distance between the sole of the foot and that extended leg. Lovely. Interlace the hands around the front of the knee. Just use the hands to help elongate up through the spine. We'll keep the left hand on the knee, reaching the right arm up as you inhale, and taking a little twist as you exhale, bringing the hand down, either to the floor just behind you, or you can even wrap the hand around your low back. If you know you've got the temptation to lean back into that hand if it's on the floor, just kind of take temptation away and wrap the hand around the low back. So with each inhale, again, that wave of breath lifts you up, and that exhale, see if it can carry you round a little deeper into that twist. Hand on the knee, you kept a little bit of space in the chest there rather than wrapping the hand around and hooking your elbow against your knee. Slowly, slowly release. Extend both legs. Find again that nice length through the spine, and we'll slide left heel in. So I'm going to interlace the hands just below the knee. So again, I can use the hands as a little bit of leverage to lift myself up. Other leg extended out, a little bit of energy through the heel. So right hand stays on the knee, left arm lifts as you inhale. Cycling the chest as you exhale again. I'm going to wrap the hand around my low back, only because I know I get lazy and I lean into that hand. So I'm just bringing that knee in towards my chest without lifting my bottom from the floor. I'm getting a little stretch on the outer thigh. Gaze wherever it feels comfortable, might be forwards. So we're thinking about that rotation through your middle back, so it really doesn't matter what your head is doing. And slowly, slowly release, give the legs a little shake. And then bringing your heels in close towards your bottom, roll yourself down, chin tucked in towards the chest. You're going to interlace the hands, just bring the hands behind the head so the elbows are nice and wide, resting your head in your hands, so you're lying on a beach there. Extend the legs out in front of you. And just gently push the elbows down into the floor. And see if you can just lift your chest a little way, so you're getting a nice arching, very gentle arching through the back. And then let that soften. So you just let the elbows, pressure beneath the elbows relax. So inhaling, you push the elbows down. You get that little arching and lifting of the upper back. And then as you exhale, allow the back to sink heavily into the mat as you release the elbows. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Lovely. So keep the hands where they are if it's comfortable. If not, just extend them just behind the head. As you take your right leg out to the right, so you take it off the mat, and then the left leg joins it. You can keep the legs together or rest your left ankle on top of the right. Just cross the ankles there, lovely. So we're feeling a gentle sense of stretch through the lower body from the waist down, so you come into that little banana shape. Now we can stay there with the head just resting in your hands. If you want to bring that stretch a little further up the body into the side of the waist and into the ribs, imagine you want to slide that left elbow up and bring that right elbow down. So the elbows haven't lifted. You're just stretching the left elbow back behind you. You might need to turn your head slightly if that's too much of a stretch in your neck. Feel free just to bring the arms above your head and just bow them over to the right a little bit. I kind of like that elbow stretch, that elbow leading the way, because it just helps open up underneath my armpit, but it can pull on your neck, so be really easy. Listen to whatever sensations are occurring and just modify, so we don't want anything pulled or uncomfortable. Just softening into that stretch, that gentle opening through the hip. And if you're stretching the elbows away, just square up your arms to your elbows and just pointing out to the side so your head is back to center. And then just bring your legs all the way back to center. As you inhale, push the elbows down, lift the chest a little way, a little arching through the back, and then exhale as you soften. A little bit of symmetry before we try the other side. So inhaling, elbows pushed down, chest lifts. Feel the weight of the back drop down. This time it's left leg steps out to the left, right leg comes to join it, either legs together, or right ankle crosses on top of left this time. Try not to lift that right bottom too far, so see if you can drop the weight into your lower back. So you might want to stay there with the elbows just exactly as they are, or this time it's the left elbow that reaches down, the right elbow stretches up, so it's a little bit of bowing, so you're not lifting the elbows from the floor, it's like you just want to come into a little C shape through the upper body as well as the lower body. Remember, you can always extend the arms and just take the arms just over to the left like a little banana there. But again, I just feel that with my hands behind my head, I'm getting a little stretch into my armpit as well. Why would you wish to stretch my armpit? Does beggar a question, doesn't it? Feels nice. Lovely. If you're stretching the elbows or the arms away, let's slowly come all the way back through center. And then uncross everything. Bring the legs back to center. Let's reach both arms back. So let go of the head, reach the arms back, gently point the toes. Coming back to that lovely full body stretch. Try and keep that little bit of length now as you just bring the arms down alongside you. So we're just going to do a few minutes of relaxation. So if you want to put anything warm on, if you're in a cooler room, or if you want to bend your knees and bring your heels a little closer in towards you, make whatever adjustments you need to do. You need desperately to shoot off, then enjoy your evening. So again, making whatever movements you need so you feel really comfortable, whatever that posture means. You might want to just gently roll your head side to side, or again, just lift your head up so you can elongate through the neck, just making those little micro adjustments before you let your body just arrive into stillness. So take your time there. And then let's just begin by taking 3 deep, relaxing breaths, releasing any tension. So inhaling into your belly and your chest, expanding and opening. And exhale, you might choose to take that sigh through the mouth, softening and releasing. Inhaling deeply and exhaling, relaxing your body. One more inhale and then one more exhale, emptying and releasing. And then allow your breath just to assume its natural rhythm. Soften your forehead and your eyes, the muscles all around your eyes. Relax your jaw and maybe swallow or yawn just to soften there. Relax your throat and your face. And draw attention to your shoulders. And just draw them away from your ears. Nice long neck. Take your attention to your chest. Just feel the collarbones smiling and broadening as the upper back just releases into the mat beneath you. And bring your attention to your belly. And just soften that area so you draw your next breath into a really relaxed and soft stomach. Relax your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, and your feet. And just for a moment, notice the touch of your back body, just resting fully on the floor there. Totally aware of your body in this moment, lying here in stillness, relaxed. And then bring your awareness to a place in your body where you can feel the breath the most freely, where you have the easiest access. That might be in your belly, perhaps in your chest or your throat. Just notice the movement of your breath in and out of this area. Allow your breath to breathe itself. And let yourself feel each breath. With each breath, feeling the mind calm and the body relaxed. Just this breath, right here, right now. Just over your next few breaths, bring your attention to the area around your heart and your chest. Just ask yourself if there's any word you need to hear from yourself. A word of kindness, comfort or encouragement that you can carry into the weekend, the weeks ahead. Anything which feels useful at this moment, anything that serves you. Just bring a word or words into your heart, interweaving that with your breath. Slowly, slowly, just begin to deepen the breath. If you want to stay resting on the floor, feel free to stay there. Feel ready to move. Just bring a little bit of movement into your fingers, your toes. Maybe that little roll of the feet, turning of the palms, the rolling of the head as we did at the beginning. And then you might even want to revisit that full body stretch if that feels comfortable. And when you're ready, bring your knees in towards your chest. Roll onto your right side or your left side, wherever there's more space in the room. You might want to stay there for a breath or two before you come to a seated position. And we'll just bring the hands into that little Hyana Mudra we did before. So one hand just resting on top of the other. The elbow's nice and soft. Nice long spine. The chin just dropping down towards the chest, the eyes closed. Let's all just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And release the breath through the mouth, soft sigh as you exhale. Just bring the hands to the heart. And Jali Mudra, thumbs nestled towards your breastbone. And thank you for your practice. Namaste. Thank you. I'll unmute you all now.